Chapter 24, 7 Days. January 26th, 1930, Berlin safe house. We didn't sleep. The British envoy was gone before we could follow. Left nothing behind but 7 words and a warning. You have 7 days. Then it ends. Gary double-checked the windows. Mark blocked the stairwell with a dresser. I sat at the table with the ledger in front of me and a cigarette burning into my fingers. They're giving us a deadline, I said. To disappear, stay quiet, or die. Chorus shook her head. No, they're giving us a window. One last chance to be useful or to vanish. They think we'll blink, Mark muttered. They don't know how tired I am of blinking. Gary laid out our remaining options on the table. Literally. 3 maps, 1 coded address book, and a list of Brandt's known associates inside Germany and beyond. There's one name circled twice, he said. Franz Loh, arms dealer. Operates out of a private club in Munich. He funds movements, extremists. If Brandt's next move involves force, it starts with Loh. Can we get in? I asked. Chorus nodded. I can. He owes me a favor. Mark arched a brow. You have strange friends. She lit a match with her thumb. I'm a strange person. I folded the map. Then we go to Munich, tomorrow. Quiet train, 1 bag each. We get in, get Loh a talking, and get out. Gary slid the envelope of microfilm back into my coat. If we don't come back, he said, send it. I looked at him. We're coming back. Outside, Berlin coughed smoke into the winter sky. The ledger was locked again, wrapped in oiled canvas and hidden in the false bottom of Chorus's suitcase. We moved like ghosts through the night. No contact, no light, no noise. At the station the next morning, I saw a familiar face in the crowd. Too familiar. Wakefield. Just for a second. Then he was gone. But the look in his eyes, it wasn't threat, it was warning. Something bigger was coming, and we had 6 days left to stop it. Chapter 25, The Lion's Den. January 27th, 1930, Munich, Germany. Munich wore its ambition like a badge. The city looked cleaner than Berlin, newer, but the cracks were deeper. Flags waved from balconies. Uniforms crept into cafes. The kind of uniforms that weren't official yet, but would be. We moved through the station like just another traveling party. No eye contact, no luggage we couldn't run with. Franz Loh operated out of a club called the Schattenhof, the Shadow Court, appropriate. Chorus led us through the city's side streets until we stood across from it. High iron gate, brass plaque, no windows. You've been here before? I asked her. Once, she said, paid a debt to a worse man. What's our approach? Gary asked. Direct, I said. Time's running out. We entered as a trio, Chorus first, then Gary and me. Mark waited outside. Too recognizable, too hard to explain. The doorman took one look at Chorus and waved us through. Inside smoke, velvet chairs, polished wood. The clientele whispered in English, French, and something harder. Loh sat in the back beneath a portrait of himself. Of course he did. Wide shoulders, trimmed beard, eyes like dull coins. He looked up as we approached. Miss Chorus, he said with mock warmth. And guests. We need information, I said. You're not in a position to demand it. Gary placed a folded photograph on the table. The Berlin meeting. Brandt, the prince, and Loh in the background. You are now, Gary said. Loh didn't touch the photo, but his smile faded. What do you want? The next buyer. Brandt's next move. We know he's not done. Loh leaned back. There are plans. Bigger than Brandt. Bigger than any of us. But if he fails, others will rise. You cannot stop it. Try us, I said. He stared at me, and for a moment, something cracked in him. He's meeting someone in Prague 4 days from now. A banker. Czech German, heavy money, new weapons. He wrote down a name, Krug, then folded the paper in half. Take it, he said, and don't come back. Chorus stood first. As we left, Loh called after us. You're playing in waters deeper than you understand. I turned back just long enough to answer. Good. I'm tired of drowning in the shallow end. Chapter 26, The Prague Connection. January 28th, 1930, en route to Prague. The train rocked gently beneath us as the snowy countryside passed outside the window. Mark was asleep in the next cabin. Gary sat opposite me, sorting through names and locations, lips moving in silent calculation. Chorus stood near the door, arms crossed, eyes fixed on the corridor. We were all waiting for something. Maybe it was Krug. Maybe it was the end. I held the piece of paper Loa had given us the day before, the name written in his thick script, Ernst Krug, Czech German banker, known for laundering money between old nobility and the new powers rising in the East. If Brandt had a future plan, Krug was the vault that would fund it. He's not just a banker, Gary said. He's a broker, middleman for intelligence funds, arms purchases, and, according to one report, disappearing people. Let's make sure we don't end up in his books, I muttered. We arrived in Prague just after sunset. Cold, wind biting off the Vltava River, the kind of chill that carried voices farther than you wanted. Krug's offices were in Mala Strana, the Little Quarter, a place where the cobblestones remembered blood and the windows had eyes. We scoped it first. 4 stories, 2 guards at the main entrance, no insignias. The kind of men who answered to paychecks, not law. Tomorrow morning, I said, before business hours. That night, we stayed in a boarding house 2 blocks away. Cheap rooms, thin walls, but the view gave us eyes on Krug's front door. At 4:12 a.m., a car pulled up, black, government issue. From the passenger side stepped a man in a coat too expensive for his role. Brandt. He was early. He wasn't running, he was consolidating. We watched him enter. He didn't look back. Tomorrow's no good, I said. We go now. Mark cracked his knuckles. That's more like it. Gary checked his revolver. Chorus didn't speak. She just moved. We left the boarding house and vanished into the dark. Tonight, we meet Krug. And with him, the final link between a buried past and the war yet to come. Welcome to Scism Detective Agency stories, where the fog is thick, the coffee's black, and danger is always a step behind. Step into the smoke-filled alleys and shadowed train yards of 1920s America, where every case begins with a whisper and ends with a bang. This channel brings you original noir audio dramas, serialized mystery stories, and voice-over narratives steeped in grit, espionage, and betrayal. Follow former United States Navy intelligence officer Patrick Scism as he uncovers dark secrets in the heartland of the American Empire. Whether you're here for old-school detective tales or period-accurate historical thrillers, you're in the right place. Like what you hear? Hit like, tap subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a case file. Drop a comment to tell us which mystery has you hooked or who you think did it. Coming soon, join the agency on Patreon. Want more stories, exclusive case files, behind-the-scenes content, and early access to new episodes? Our Patreon page is launching soon. Help support independent storytelling and get inducted into the inner circle. The cases are open. The city never sleeps. And you're on the list. Welcome to the Scism Detective Agency.